Hello, welcome to my channel. I am Blair, or welcome back. I'm going to be looking like this today because twice in a row now I've been woken up at 2:30 with my stomach issues. So this is what you're getting. So I'd like to put in a disclaimer, and I hate that we have to do this. It just feels so dystopian. I don't know. It feels weird that I can't just be like, this is what we're reading and you're just hanging out with me because I feel like I am reading Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. This is my copy from 1999, the year. I obviously, as a gender fluid queer person, do not agree with TERF views. And that's it. It's taking me a long time to get to a place where I feel like I could read the books again, because initially I was so hurt. I was so hurt initially. Because as cliche as it was, as someone who went through abuse in childhood, Hogwarts was my home. And it was with me through lots of terrible situations going into adulthood, because we all know when stuff goes wrong in childhood, it will just carry on for a while until, you're right and you get therapy. Whatever. I don't know why I'm going into this. Because Harry Potter meant so much to me as a person for my mental health, but also with my gender-related struggles, which is wild, right? But my gender envy of Sirius Black is real to this day. So I'm reading this. I've read like 60 pages so far, and already I'm like, we were robbed in the movies of sassy Harry Potter. Absolute crimes. But we were robbed from a lot. Like, Ginny and Harry was atrocious in the movies. But obviously, if you're not comfortable watching me just chill for a day reading a bit of Harry Potter, then you don't need to watch this. I get it. I understand. But this is a journey for me because, I haven't read these books in years. However long that controversy went on for, I have not read these books. Well, this one, all of them. I lived off fan fiction. Absolutely just lived off fan fiction. Wolfstar. So yeah. So good. My straw is really big because I absolutely cannot do paper straws. They even make me feel weird thinking about putting a paper straw on my lips. Okay, let's go. So I've got like a few hours before I go out. Well, a few hours. This is why people with ADHD are always fucking late. Because I just did a few hours, even though I just worked out in my head that I have just over an hour. So, I'm just going to read for an hour. And then you can come out with me. I'll show you a bit of the outside world where I live. How exciting. Also, look how great my bookmark is. Reeling it back to fan fiction. Timothée Chalamet is the ultimate Regulus Black, and no one can tell me otherwise. It's been so long that I totally forgot that Crabbe and Goyle were actually called Vincent and Gregory. Well, they're still Crabbe and Goyle, but I forgot their first names, and I just found it really funny for some reason. So it's funny, because I've noticed that I don't picture anyone from the movie. Like, when I'm reading it, I picture them all how I used to picture them in my mind. Apart from Malfoy. So I guess kind of props to Tom Felton, because he is Malfoy. I can't picture a new one, or the one I used to picture. It is just Tom Felton. page 67 is the birth of Remus Lupin absolutely loving chocolate, as is written in every single fanfiction. Harry, looking around, felt like he was home at last. Bitch, me too! I've also remembered that the movies did Ron so dirty. Like, the more I read, the more I go, oh yeah, actually, Ron knew loads of shit. He wasn't just some stupid side character like they made him in the films. He was the, like, source of knowledge of the wizarding world, but they just gave all his good lines and parts to Hermione in the films. So it's really refreshing reading this and remembering why I used to like characters that I then grew to not like, because it had just been so long since I'd read anything. This is good. It feels good. This feels healing. Like I'm taking something back. I'm really enjoying it. Good morning, another day in paradise. It's not, obviously, I live in the UK. Gonna continue my reading vlog today. I'm still reading Harry Potter, obviously. Just need to have some breakfast first. I'm still gonna go makeupless again today. I woke up again at like 2:45 with my stomach, so we're taking it easy. My brain barely wants to function. So again, another casual filming day of me just filming bits of me reading. Enjoy. So when I went out this morning, I totally forgot my coffee. And it's so nice coming back to it and it's still being warm. Oh God, I'm gonna be a bit mental today. My cereal box got so soggy in the rain. I was just eating my cornflakes and I got to look at the backdrop behind me. Now, I just want to keep it real and be like, this is my life. Like, I just live surrounded by washing that either never gets done or when it finally gets done, never technically ever gets put away. Just one of those ADHD things. Oh, lovely. Straight off the bat, it's another one of those, oh, I forgot about this, which is going to be a lot because I wasn't lying when I said it's been years since I've read these. The Buckbeak scene, they took some liberties in the film for that. And I mean the first encounter with Buckbeak. That was cemented in my mind as, like, canon. Because I don't really class the films as canon. Like, anyone else. Like, they feel like they're in a slightly different dimension. Because they definitely don't line up. Like, they've given so much of Ron's character to Hermione and some of Harry's character to Hermione. Or they just sucked it all out of Ginny and gave it to Hermione. But it's shocking. Every other page, I'm like, oh, I completely forgot about this, and this is better. This is really fun. And I'm glad I don't... Oh. Wait, let me sort this out. And I'm glad I'm not feeling shit about it. So, oh my God, I look shit though. Look at this. What is... Reading Snape's character again, he didn't deserve anyone to give him some kind of, like, forgiveness just because he was in love with Harry's mum. Like, I know he did a lot, but he was horrible as a teacher. Like, so cruel. Like, yeah, you were bullied when you were younger. Surely you should try and be the opposite then. Like, I don't like Snape. I think the movies fooled everyone because people forget that he was so horrible to Neville. I definitely missed Peeves. What a great character. I wish Quidditch was real. I would have loved to have been a beta. What position would you have chose? Or would you have not bothered with Quidditch? So in the UK at the moment, we've got a Walker's Crisp competition that's like, if you find a heart-shaped crisp, you can win 100k. Never has anything made eating crisps more stressful. Because who's paying attention? Like, once you get going on crisps, you're not looking at every crisp. And I've already seen like 3 news articles of 3 separate people that have eaten this 100k worth crisp. So I can't relax and just eat my crisps. So I'm a Wolf-style truther, because every time Sirius Black is mentioned, Lupin has like a gay panic, like drops something or... And I love that. Oh yeah, it's day 3, by the way, of me attempting to get this done and out. I have no control over these things. And again, I look like... Let's just accept for this entire reading vlog, I'm not wearing a stitch of anything on my face and just embracing it. Okay, I've got my coffee and I'm gonna continue on. It's been really fun so far. I haven't had any icky feelings, which is really nice. It means I'm finally like in that place where I want to be. As I said last night, I think I filmed myself saying this last night, but it might have been in a short. I've been watching Call Me Kevin, a gaming YouTuber / streamer, play the original games, like I think up to 1, 2, 3 and 4 are really true to the books, like more so than the films, which I find really interesting. Because yeah, like I said, the books and the movies, they're separate universes in my head because they're just so different. But yeah, really enjoying it. Let's see if we can finish it today. I need to finish it today. But I have all day, and look how bad I have done at reading. I'm not even halfway through this book that when I was a child, I'd just read in one sitting. But I've been very ill. You'll come to know that I am a rather sickly person. So unfortunately that will affect my content sometimes, but not in like a negative way, in just a way that I guess it is negative, but I'll just take an extra day or 2 to get a video done, because otherwise I just burn out and then it's pointless, isn't it? So I'm trying to feel less guilty. Anyone else out there with like health issues and ADHD, you'll get it. So many hurdles. Anyway, I'm blabbering on about my life story like anyone cares. Let's continue reading Harry Potter and the Forbidden Book. Also, this is my Mooney jumper. Sick, isn't it? It's from Lunar Isle Clothing or Lunar Isle Shop. Oh, crikey. It's Plumbella's clothing line. So if you're a Marauders fan, like I am, she has a lot of fan fiction, like clothing or items, which is so much fun. So check out Lunar Isle Shop Clothing, Lunar Isle. Just look up Plumbella's clothing line. If my channel is ever successful and I get some sort of sponsor, imagine it. I'll just be like, I'm pretty sure they do this. I'm pretty sure it's called that. Anyway, let's get reading. The way butterbeer is described compared to the way it actually tastes in real life, it's definitely one of those things where it should never have been made and kept to the imagination. What's going on with my hair? Much like Wonka chocolate. There was a time when they tried to make Willy Wonka chocolate, and you're obviously never going to do it because it's described in like unimaginably good. I crikey. And it's the same with butterbeer. I had some at Harry Potter Studios. I'd give it a 5 out of 10. But reading about it made my mouth water. Anyone else? And if you have tried butterbeer, did you like it? Because I think it's okay. I don't hate it, but I think it didn't need to exist in our universe. And also, like, with this reading blog, I haven't said what this is about because it's Harry Potter. I assume that most people in the world that could be watching this video know the story of Harry Potter. I forgot how angsty Harry is as well. Not only sassy, but he's also just really angsty. McGonagall is so savage to Professor Trelawney in this book, especially at the Christmas dinner table. Like, I know Harry was in danger, but Hermione was so wrong for telling about the firebolt. Nah, I would have been mad. So mad. I think I'm going to run myself a bath. Even though I always imagine reading in the bath is going to be like some really like cozy situation. But because I have such hot baths, I end up just turning into this sweaty hot mess that is just dripping and trying to keep the pages dry. I've even got one of those things that you put in the bath so you can have stuff there. But I end up reading like a few pages and being like, I can't do it. I'm going to give it another go. My body aches. I want to be in a really hot bath.
Well, here we are. Will it be worth it? Just quick before I get on enjoying my bath. I just had the realisation that I am reading the 1999 edition of The Prisoner of Azkaban in a bath. So I think I'm going to stop that and just enjoy the bath.
Super hot now. I forgot how funny I find Wood's character and his just constant need to win. I've noticed as well in this one, Harry reads way more mature than any 13-year-old boy I've ever known in my life. Quick update before I have lunch. I would say I'm 60% the way through now. Maybe a bit more. So yeah, around that. God, it was hard. Like, it's hard that everyone's blaming Sirius Black. Like, when you obviously know. But yeah, I'm gonna eat some lunch and then I'll get it done, I reckon. I just have this feeling I'm gonna want to go right into the next one, but there's so many other books on my TBR that I just didn't get round to this month. But we'll see how it goes. And yes, my hair's wet and crazy. My hair's always crazy. Let's move on. They had to give Ron's best moment and line from this book to Hermione in the films, because damn, Hermione is so annoying in this book. My dad didn't strut is such a funny line to me, because if you've read any fan fiction with James Potter in it, Harry, I hate to tell you, but your father definitely did strut. More and more I'm realising how much the writer for the movies just fucking loved Hermione and just wanted her to look like the coolest person ever. Because even the scene where she punches Malfoy, I'd completely forgotten this. It was just a slap in the book, but obviously they needed to make her look like more badass. Like, it's a good enough moment in the book with it being a slap and then her wanting to go for a second. But why did they do that? I'm not like, I've never read any Drarry fan fiction, but as I'm reading, I'm like, That would be the most ultimate enemies to lovers. So I get it. I've just only really got into like Marauders fanfiction for some reason. But I get it. Enemies to lovers with Jerry would have been so good. But also jarring. But, you know, I'm thinking with my fanfiction brain right now. Like, the movies have skewed my judgment because there's such a small amount left. And we are not at like the time turner shit yet. You know, when we're not anywhere there yet. We're getting there. We're at the Quidditch final. But I swear that was like half the film. And I've just been going, when are they actually going to get to everything? Honestly, my memory is so skewed. But nearly finished. So when I keep bringing up how Hermione gets everyone else's good parts, this is it. When they first meet Black in the Shrieking Shack and Harry is like filled with this rage, Hermione's like, no, Harry. And she says it in like this petrified whisper. But then Ron's like, if you want to kill Harry, you'll have to kill us too. Right? You remember Hermione saying that in the film? Ron was actually the one to say that, and he had a broken leg at the time, because Ron is a super loyal friend. It's just so annoying that they dumbed him down and made him practically worthless and then completely destroyed his character in the movies. I didn't realise how reading these books again would pretty much automatically now taint my view on how dirty they did the Weasleys as a whole in the movies. Like, why did they hate the Weasleys? Because they did Ginny so dirty too. Anyway, this is a reading vlog. This isn't a complain about the movie adaptation. Also, my hair this whole video has not been the same once. Sirius has such lovable asshole energy. I live for it. I absolutely live for it. That's so relatable to me. The reveal of Peter does go on a bit. Snape is a see you next Tuesday. When Harry and Hermione use the time turner and go back in time and they're like, why would we need to be like 3 hours? How is that going to help Sirius? And then they work it all out like within the next sentence. They're 13. I would never have been able to work that out. Mad. I finished it and I had a really fun time. It was so good to read this again and not have all that icky feeling that I had when I previously tried to read them again. And I'm really excited to read the next one. This has been quite healing for me, I guess. It's been good. I feel rejuvenated. I don't know. I feel quite emotional that I had such a good time reading that. As these books just meant the world to me. Like, yeah. And I know people are like, oh my god, read another book, get over it. And it's like, I'm neurodivergent. I can't get over things that I've held so dear. Yeah, it would be difficult for me to completely disregard a special interest. I think it would be impossible. So I'm really happy that I've sort of reignited that outside of just fan fictions. Because fan fictions are great, but I wanted to experience the real thing again. And it's been really fun. So thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy yourself, please like, comment or subscribe, really helps. I might just name this video the video where my hair hasn't looked the same once. So I hope you've enjoyed all my styles. But thank you so much for watching. Bye!